my brothers and sisters. We're going to talk today about the porn of 3,000 years ago. This is going to be from Proverbs 15, but our official passage is from a series that we're doing in the Sermon on the Mount. And we've come across Matthew chapter 5, verse 27. You have heard it said, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery with her in his heart. And this can flip for the females in our audience. So adultery, what is it? Adultery is using a person and the pleasure of that person outside of the boundaries established by God. And there's basically two boundaries. One is that your sexual freedom be practiced with the person of your marriage, and then practiced within the place of your marriage or the boundaries of your marriage. And lust then means to desire for and long for and set your heart upon a person. So keep doing so within the charges, to keep doing so within the boundaries and within the person of your marriage. So here in Jesus, we find that lust's definition expands from just what we do with our hands to also what we do with our minds. Now, I realize that this is a very countercultural message that I'm sharing with you today, but that's okay. I'm in good company because Jesus shared it 2,000 years ago, and Proverbs is going to share the same message from 3,000 years ago. Now, these people did not share it for the harm of their listeners. They share it for the benefit of their listeners. So by following the teachings of Jesus and the teaching of Proverbs here, we can prevent the wrecking of our own lives. Like my whitewater raft guide's speech yesterday's podcast, which warned for my protection and safety and enjoyment. So I am giving this reminder in our world where porn is normalized and the boundaries of marriage are easily crossed. So I ask, are we the first generation to have such physical and visual and mental temptations? No. Let's listen to Proverbs from 3,000 years ago. So here's the proverb that warns the young wanderer about his physical and mental safeguards that he needs to enact to do this right. This is from Proverbs chapter 5, verse 15. Drink water from your own cistern, flowing water from your own well. Should your springs be scattered abroad, streams of water in the streets? Let them be for yourself alone, and not for strangers with you. Let your fountain be blessed, and rejoice in the wife of your youth, a lovely deer, a graceful doe. Let her breasts fill you at all times with delight. Be intoxicated always in her love. So let me just pause right there for a second. So this is the metaphor. Drink water from your own cistern. So this is what you should be doing with your mind's eye, who it should be fixed upon, how it should be fixed. He's saying, find your fulfillment at home. Rejoice in the wife of your youth. Don't rejoice, by contrast, don't rejoice in anyone who is your non-wife. All the other sisters are not for you. All other cisterns are not for you to be drinking from. So he's saying, develop a particular taste for the provision that God has given you in the wife of your youth, her loveliness, her features, her love. Let me continue now with Proverbs chapter 5, verse 20. Why should you be intoxicated, my son, with a forbidden woman, embrace the bosom of an adulteress? For a man's ways are before the eyes of the Lord, and he ponders all his paths. The iniquities of the wicked ensnare him. He is held fast in the cords of his sin. He dies for lack of discipline, and because of his great folly, he is led astray. So this section then warns of the dangers of not obeying the practical call to physical and mental discipline. This talks about either being intoxicated with your wife or intoxicated with a forbidden person. And then it ends with losing liberty, losing control, being ensnared. So this involves the mental and perhaps physical embrace of a bosom that is not for you. So this is iniquity, this is sin, this is bad, and it gets worse, and you get the consequences being held fast in the cords of sin. This is going to ensnare you with ropes. So practical question is, do you wish to be held prisoner in this area of your life? I hope the answer is no. So don't be deceived. God sees all. He sees man's ways are always before him. All right, so let's kind of wrap this up then. What cistern are you drinking from? And what extramarital cords are you being bound with to your harm? So, what satisfaction are you seeking from that is not given for you to be rejoicing in such a way? So, the passage is saying, be careful here. Being led astray and even death is on the menu. So, this area has served as the ruin of many Christian servants and many Christian marriages. So, the caution here is to be careful before you stray, before you start drinking from wells that are not your own. So part of this message is defensive, and part of it is prospective, proactive. Rejoice in the wife of your youth, no matter how old she may be. Celebrate the person and the provisions that come with a marriage covenant. So one of the antidotes to a sinful pursuit of those who are not your own is to pursue the graceful doe that is your own. And if you're not married here today, then set up your activities and your mental activities in such a way to be ready and unashamed when God does provide that person for you. Thanks for listening.